Jai Gurudev. Welcome to Hope 80. This is Professor VKJ, and this is that episode for which you have been waiting after hearing my 5 parts on the Panchapudha Ragasyas, the secrets of the 5 elements of how to prepare yourself to build immunity. So meditation, dhyan, and in Tamil we call it as dhyanam. Whatever be the case, whatever be the word that is given, what is this meditation? What is a meditative mind? What is the mind first? So, all these questions are there, but let us take a very scientific approach. We say the whole universe is a omega, a supra sigma or an omega system which has neither a beginning nor an end, the space, the final frontier. And in this space you have the ever expanding constellations and galaxies, and then you can just zero down upon to planet Earth, heaven on planet Earth, and then you zero down upon to a organism like a human being, which is bliss, which was bliss, but that bliss is lost because of the vicissitudes of life. Life'la varakoodiya difficulties, the difficulties that we face. So we tend to move out of yogam. Yogam means the union, the coming together. Unless all systems, the skeletal system, muscular system, nervous system, optical, all these systems come together. The parents had come together. Okay, there is a union. It is something divine. And that is why we have the symbol, the worshipful symbol also for creativity. Now, among all the systems that we see, there are the physical and tangible systems that are measurable and what you can see. But the mind is that system which is a very open system. It is open to feedback. Sometimes it's not open to feedback based on the attitudes, but the mind is such a system which exists as long as there is life force within the body. So to put it simply, now we will just juxtaposition another word called as consciousness, which is the sum bonum of all the mind put together, or the super mind. So if you take a human being, what is your mind? Now I am talking, you are listening, we are in a wakeful state. So this wakeful state of the mind, the consciousness that is awake, hearing, we call this as the waking state. When we sleep, you might have experienced the dreaming state. So that is called as swapna, the dreaming state of the mind. When you go into deep sleep, which is almost like a vegetative state, there are no thoughts, no dreams, there's nothing, just blankness. And in deep sleep, you are not even aware that you are aware. So if you look at the different forms of the mind vis-a-vis the consciousness, you have deep sleep at the base, dreaming, and then you have the waking state at which we are. So level 1, deep sleep, 2, dreaming, waking. What is this meditation? This man started about meditation, now he's telling about the 3 levels of the mind or the consciousness. I'm coming to it. See, by meditation, what the great masters taught, any form of meditation that you might get into, Vipassana, Zen, the Taoistic or the Tava meditation, the Siddha tradition, Vettaveli, Dhyanam, or you move into transcendental meditation. Meditation is that state where the waking state, the wakeful state of the mind, which is disturbed by so many thoughts and emotions, gets tranquil and moves to a higher level of awareness or consciousness. So let me quickly list it out, because all of you are in kind of, we want quick results. We want, just like fast food, we want quick results. So I want to quickly learn what is meditation. Can you just still my mind and put me into ease? Someone might say. Suppose you tell me, you come, a very agitated person comes and he says, I'm very agitated, can you still my mind? Like a Taoist master, he said, or a Zen master said, bring me your mind in front of me and I will make it peaceful. And then the person said, when I seek my mind, I can't find it. And then the master replied, there, I have pacified your mind. But I'm not going to take that stand, because that was something which probably happened 1,000 years ago. See, in the present day world scenario, someone is stressed out and you, in your wakeful state, you are agitated by emotions, by feelings, by complex thoughts, by confusion. So how to pacify that mind? All I would say is follow the technique given by the masters, and one of the great masters whom I have a very high reverence is for Bhagavan Ramana Maharishi. He says, thoughts and breath are the two branches of the same root, the self, or the universal consciousness. So if your mind is agitated, I would say, take in a deep breath, release it, take it even through your mouth, release, breathe. And as you take in breath and release breath, as you take in breath and release breath, there's a rhythm that comes in, and then you find that slowly the thoughts which were wavering around, you can feel it. I mean, let us look at a simple question. Why do people smoke a cigar? Why do people smoke a cigarette? It is not the smoke that relaxes them, but the rhythm by which they draw in the breath, take it into the lungs and to the diaphragm, and then they release it out. Well, this could be a very rebellious thought, not that I'm advocating to smoke, but then this is the technique. Your breathing, once your breathing gets regulated, the mind and the thoughts get regulated. The concept is very simple. You breathe fully, you think fully. You breathe correctly, you think correctly. You breathe, think correctly, you will move correctly. You move, think, breathe correctly, you will take decisions correctly. It's as simple as that. So those who are agitated, take a few deep breaths. Then you'll notice that it's like putting a speed breaker, on the thoughts. Now, kind of thoughts that we might have, can I increase the pace? Please do give your comments. If you find that I'm talking fast, my accent is not, you're not able to follow, please say so. The idea is goodness has to prevail, and my message and the message from the great masters who have taught, from whom I have learned, has to reach out to the world. Simple as that. So, thought patterns, you can have contemplative thinking. Around you think in a very wide spectrum. Then you can have concentrated thinking. That means a high focused way, like how a scientist or a judge for a viva, he sits up. A very concentrated way within a particular domain. So that is a thought pattern to concentrate in or to contemplate out. And then there's a third pattern which we say is common sense. Common sense is always goal oriented. And common sense is that which will tell you when to contemplate, how much to contemplate, when to focus or concentrate, and to know the difference between concentration and contemplation. That's common sense. So now let's come back to that common sense. How do you meditate? What is this meditative state? See, these three states, deep sleep, dreaming. Dreaming is nothing but go on throughout the day, we are thinking so much. So when you go to sleep, it is just the chattering of the mind that goes back into the dream world. It's in between. Don't bother about that. We'll see it in another video. But these three states of deep sleep, dreaming, and waking, you already know. All the emotions or feelings are in this space of waking state. Okay? Jagrati, that's what we say, Jagrat. Okay? Now, this Jagrat state or the waking state, from this state, are we able to ascend or descend or move into the fourth level of consciousness, which the great teachers, they call it as the transcendental consciousness. In South Indian Siddha tradition, we say Turiya Nilai. Turiya Nilai is that state where we say that The awareness is aware about what is happening. Now don't laugh. Some of you might laugh. I know it might sound funny, but laughter is a good way to enter into meditation too. We are not against feelings, we are not against thoughts, but we are in favor of that awareness which gives us an awareness of the other three levels. So that is the fourth level, which we call as Turiyam, or the transcendental level. If you're asking a question, what are the other levels above it? Well, there are 7 levels, like how you can see the colors in a rainbow. 3 are visible, the others are not. So fourth is transcendental. There is a 5th level which we call as divine level. அதாவது திவ்ய நிலை, துரிதாதீதம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க சில பேர். Okay, so the divine state is the 5th. Then you have God level, or the God consciousness level. Okay, and the 7th level, they call it as universal consciousness. But for enjoying your life and to get the best benefits from life, to live life king size, knowing the 4th level or feeling the 4th level is very important. And let me assure you, the 4th level is also not new to millions of you. Millions of the viewers who are now watching, you will know that it's not something new to you. The 4th level you all would have also experienced. Let me give you an example. Deep sleep. You're in deep sleep. You have set an alarm to wake up at 5. You don't know what happened, but from deep sleep, you just open your eye and you notice that the alarm was just about to start. And you switch it off or you snooze it. This is the trend nowadays. Now, what was it in you that gave you that alertness? Question mark. But that is where this transcendental level enters. Are you with me? Are you able to feel what I'm saying? Good. So, during meditation, what we try to do is maintain the Turiyam level as long as possible. Try to move into transcendental consciousness as long as possible. So, what are the steps for it? The first step, sit in any comfortable position. You want to sit cross-leg is the best position. You want to put a backrest, go ahead. See, what I am advocating is called as Sukha Dhyanam. I am not advocating onto the other Hatha Yogic practices which even Vipassana is there, where there are levels. Even in Vipassana you can change your pose, but certain masters advocate that straight back, straight neck, you sit over there and then no movement, absolutely no movement. There are other levels, but this what I'm advocating is for the modern world. Okay, Sukha Dhyana. Don't have to torture your body. Sit in any comfortable position. Don't lie down. Okay, if you lie down, you may fall asleep. So the first step is to sit in a comfortable position. Slowly close your eyes. Okay, just close your eyes and take in a few deep breaths. Take in a breath, let go. Come on, you can join me. Close your eyes. We'll just do a 3-minute meditation steps. Close your eyes. Take in a breath. Release your breath. Another deep breath. Release. Okay? Yeah. Now, you notice your breath going in and your breath comes out. Now, what you do, okay, I'll tell you when to close your eyes. Please open your eyes. You can see me now. Open your eyes. See me now. See, the concept is once you sit comfortably, the first step, and then you bring your awareness to your breathing pattern. You've all seen an ECG graph, the breath goes in and comes out. How the ECG goes, the graph. So a small breath in, a small breath out. Small breath in, small breath out. Then a big one, in, out. Like that. So just notice how your breathing goes. Your breath is like a horse. You're going to sit on it and let it fly. You feel like taking a deep breath? A deep breath. Now what you do is, the breathing is that of the body, a bodily function. Now to align it with the wakeful state of consciousness, start giving a number or a count. What I'm introducing you to is at the entry level. Okay? When you go into the real level of meditation, you can go to a master Okay, go to a master or visitor center and ask them for a mantra, the mantra Upadesham. Now, is this needed? Is this only needed? Can we not straight go? See, as I was telling you, I am taking a little deviation. It is very important. See, how many of you know to swim? In swimming, the more movements you make, you lose your cut through the water. You will only have to make those precise movements in swimming. Some are saying, well, I don't know swimming. Fine. You know to ride a bicycle? In bicycle, you get a balance. So initial stage for you to get that balance is the Turiyam, the transcendental level. Once you get the balance, anytime you can ride a cycle. Anywhere you can ride a cycle. In any lake or any ocean you can swim. Are you with me? So that is what I'm trying to say. So when you want to balance your space element, because as I said, the consciousness mind is the space element balance. I've told in my earlier videos. Remember that. Now, so when you breathe in and breathe out, all you do is attach a mantra, a bija mantra or a syllabus. I can't issue it now to you. But for this video's sake, just take a number. So no, just like the school drill exercise, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So just take a number. So as you breathe in and let go, attach a number. Just say 1. Okay? Now take a deep breath. Close your eyes. As you breathe in and breathe out, mentally say a number. No forceful breathing, don't do like this. No, just relax. Just allow your breath to go. Follow your breath. Just go along with it. Breathe in, breathe out. 1. And I'm saying it. You say it within your mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly open your eyes. Now this is just one simple small cycle. So this might take 30 seconds to 1 minute or 1.5 minutes depending upon your breathing pattern. Now in this style, when you start meditating, you say the number, you will find that as you give, attention to a number and then you relate it to your breathing, you will find that other thoughts, other emotions will try to interfere. Don't fight with them. If they come, let us say at 4, when you say 4, and then your mind says at 4, I have to go meet so and so. I have to meet Mr. Paul. So what? And then your mind drifts away. And then you are just breathing. But then your awareness says you drifted away. Just simply come back to 1. Take a breath in, breath out, again 1, 2. So the steps, let me summarize. Sit in a comfortable position, close your eyes slowly, start taking deep breaths. For every breath, attach a number. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like in a drill exercise, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You repeat these cycles. At a point when you find that the thoughts drop out and even the numbers drop out, you will find the Turiyam or the awareness that sets in. That awareness is just an awareness that you are aware that you are breathing. It's a still state. It might last for a few seconds or more. Now, how long do you meditate in this way? You can meditate for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but an optimal time to meditate would be 15 minutes. Well, on a very busy day, just do it for 3 minutes at least. Now, that Turiya Nilai, the 4th level of consciousness, is what even a cricketer or a person who's going to score a goal, he does not know, but he knows his mind is still, and he kicks the ball. He knows it goes in. A cricketer hooks the bat, he knows it goes. It is that stillness which is aware that it is aware. Now, this is the fourth level which brings the balance of all your thoughts and emotions in alignment with your body. So, the fourth point is this. You'll notice that in the video, I'm going to give the descriptions and the other steps also there. So, this is how we meditate. It's just like swimming, it's less like cycling, The fourth state, you might be in a very busy level and suddenly you take a few deep breaths and then you can calm your mind. This is what we call as a meditative mind. Many people are already alert and meditative. But for those who move out of balance, here is a simple technique. This is Sukha Dhyanam, Siddha Margam technique, given by the ancient Siddhas. I'm so happy that you stuck on with the videos. I hope those who ran away in the middle, I hope you have saved the video so you come back. More videos are likely to come in. Don't forget to subscribe for Hope 18, so that you stay in touch with the latest updates. We're going to come into yoga, many more videos, many more things are there. So thank you for staying with me. Jai Gurudev.